trying out the YouTube again. And yeah, so that's a little crazy. So we'll just see what happens. I'm gonna craft for a few minutes. Let's see if anybody comes in. Fingers crossed. All right. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yep. You have a few minutes, so we'll see what happens. Uh-oh. Bud Files, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to do a little knitting, I guess. I'm going to continue on my scarf, but thanks for coming. I don't know. This is literally a pop-up, so we'll see how this goes. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, I'm trying this YouTube stream again. Let's see if it shuts me out. I don't know. This has been like a little bit of scary. So I'm just going to see what happens and all that. Okay. Anyway, good to see you. Hope everything's well. I can't see the chat right away, but what I'll do is I'll come back and see if I can see something there. Hopefully. I think that looks pretty good. But I'm still working on my Doctor Who scarf, and I'm going to see what's happening. All right. So I'm going to try to see if I can see the chat. But I don't know. It's always scary every time you do this. It's always a situation, but I'm going to try it. Gonna try it. Yeah. Gonna save a little bit of, save a little bit of StreamYard time this month here. Okay. Butterroll Boutique, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. How's everything? Yep. And Kim G, hello. Welcome in. I'm standing over the chat so I can actually see it. But we'll see how long the stream will last. I'm only going to probably be here about 30 minutes. Then I've got a few things I got to run around and do some stuff. And I'm hoping to go to this crochet class today, but we'll see if my energy level makes it. Yeah, today's a good day. Nice. And there's 4T. Welcome in. Yes. Everybody's saying hello. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate you. So I'm still working on my scarf. I have not gotten any further than the other day because I've been working on some other stuff too. And that's the plan. Yep. That's the plan. So I'm purling back now. So this is the purl side here. But anyway, welcome in everybody. I see. Please hit the thumbs up. That's really helpful if you can do that for me. And hopefully YouTube will push me out a little bit. Because even though I've been around, I still feel new. I really do. I feel very new on the YouTube streets. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. It takes a minute. At least for me, it took me a minute to get my momentum going. But yeah, today's nice. So yeah, I'm going to try to get outside and do some gardening. Not gardening, but, you know, check on my plants and all that stuff. Oh, cruising is fun anytime. Welcome in. Let's see. Good morning. You can knit. I'm picking up my needles today. Oh, okay. Also, tell me, what are you thinking about getting? I know, right? It's always a new testing. That's right. Yeah. Let me know. See, it's funny. I just made a video about knitting needles, and I haven't posted it yet, but I don't know. I'm on the, it's funny. It's really interesting. So let me know what, if you don't mind sharing what kind of needle. I'm just nosy to see what people buy. And, but it's funny. Yeah, I just made a video about that, ironically. And it's sort of in the can, just sitting there. Let's see. We got Frugal Mama. Hello. Everybody's saying hi. And yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Oh, but you might want to get some of these, Jeremy, or I don't know if it's Jeremy or Cheryl who's talking. But these are stoppers for the knitting needles. If you have straight, even if you have circular needles, it doesn't matter. And you just put them on the tips whenever you're traveling, and then that way you don't lose your stitches. And I never used them before, but since I've been doing a lot of traveling and stuff, I've been really using them. And you do only need like one or two. You don't need like a ton of them, but it's just good to have. I guess you could put a rubber band on the end too. But, you know, if you're using straight needles especially, the stitches will fall off if you're not careful. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Yep. So, let's see. Everybody's saying hi. Yeah, I just missed you guys' live stream. I was in there. I had to do some errands this morning, but I saw you guys. You know, I get your notifications, which is good. Yeah. So I know you're on, so I'll have to run a little bit of that for you. Yep. Picking up the knitting needles. That's nice. Yeah. So, but I wasn't on the YouTube yesterday. I was really out of it. And I was visiting some family too, but I just really couldn't focus yesterday on YouTube. A lot of people, there was some good stuff on, but I said I just don't have the energy right now. So I had to take a sort of a day off, and it was nice. You know, we had just went out to lunch, which is nice. Do that every now and again. But let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, just in the yard, it's going to be hot. I know that's right. That's Suzanne. Good to see you. Oh wow. Yeah, it is hot. And in fact, I was there this morning just for like 15 minutes. I was just surveying everything. So we had a couple of strawberries come out, and they look pretty good. The one, of course, somebody was starting to eat it. I caught it just in time. I said it was like a worm or something. I'm like, it's annoying. Yeah, it's annoying. So there it is. But yeah, that's what I did. So I did that. Like I said, it's been a full day already. It's only 10:30 my time. Holy smokes. Yeah, I've had a full day. And like I said, I was just checking my plants, and but my corn's looking good. Although we planted it too late. I think it's by the time it gets mature, it's gonna probably die, or it might get too cold. I don't know. Yes. So I'm very sad about that, but yeah. But we'll see. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate everybody hanging out this morning. It's great. Definitely feels good. Feels good, feels good. Butter roll, yep. You know, I don't know if I've had a butter roll. I have to see what those are. Somebody was talking about them the other day when you came in, Doretha. And they were like, butter rolls. And I was like, I know they exist. I don't think I've ever had one. I was just thinking about that. So you got to tell me, like, is it similar to a biscuit or is it something else? I don't know. Butter roll. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. So, but anyway, I'll show you the scarf real quick. But yeah, I have to tell you guys, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday in my area where we meet my kids. They still had yarn on clearance, but it was that huge blanket yarn, and nobody was touching it, which I thought was hilarious. So yeah, nobody wants that. I don't know why, but it's just like, nope. And I was shocked that they actually had yarn on clearance, but nobody was touching it. Nobody was even looking at it. So I'm not sure if people like are officially done done with the clearance or whatever it is, but it made me laugh. Like I never saw clearance in Hobby Lobby stay there. And they had some baby yarn which I did not recognize at all, which was pretty funny. I've had buttered rolls, but butter roll, yes, that's what I was thinking too. Oh, they are very sweet and juicy. Ooh. Oh, did you get your animal fencing? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah. And my husband also bought, and here's a little tip from Ollie's. If you go back there, Ollie's has these follies where people break stuff and then return it. So they had these, and I never saw these the first time, but they had raised flower beds that were really high. And somebody, I guess, returned one and it said it was broken, but it wasn't. And it had a little bit of a scratch in the plastic, but it wasn't anything like, it wasn't leaking or anything like that. So, people, I don't know. It's weird that people return stuff and but I think maybe it was the price because these were over $100, these raised beds, and they're big. Like you could almost put a person in there. Very long, but they're nice. So we did put some stuff in there. So I'm hoping that like we'll have some of the greens maybe in there. I'll put some in there, and hopefully people won't eat them or the animals. But yeah, the rabbits. I don't know. It's funny. I saw them that one week, and now I haven't seen them since. But we do have some wild cats that are creeping along. Yep. Shatika, good morning. Hey. Oh, butter roll looks like cinnamon roll without the cinnamon. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Like I said, because I guess that must be is that must be a southern thing. Yeah, because I'm very Yankee and northern. We don't have that many. We have southern people in my family, but not really. They're all like from Pennsylvania, which is crazy. Yeah. Yep. And up north. Because we have one relative that was in Alabama, but he passed, so nobody south. Yeah. So how you doing, Shatika? Hopefully everything's well. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Figure I'll do a little wow. And please come back to the channel and check it out. I've been doing a lot of fiber stuff lately. But I want to get back a little bit to the cooking. And also, just for everybody, I always talk about food. There are a few recalls out right now. There's cucumbers and I think some tomatoes also. And one other thing. Yeah, it's cucumbers and tomatoes so far. So, just do a Google search on recalls. And then some eggs, too. They were brown eggs from one particular place. They were organic brown eggs that just got recalled. And I want to say it was California, but I don't know if it was nationwide or not. Where are you at? You're in Central PA. Oh, you are. So I'm closer to Reading and Harrisburg. In that way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm closer to Reading. But we're always running to. Like I said, we were in Philly yesterday, and that's like a whole different world down there. But it's amazing. There's so much new construction in Philadelphia. I was just driving and saying, there's another new building and another new building and another new building. So someone's making money down there selling real estate. Not me, but somebody is. Where are you, Kim? Are you closer to Harrisburg? Yeah. Yeah, Philly's amazing. There are some gorgeous buildings, to live in. And they just put one by the art museum, the Philly Art Museum where Rocky does his thing. Phew, I'll tell you, if I could afford to move in there, I would totally move in there. Because it's right along the river, and it's, the art museum is all walkable, all that stuff. And oh man, I would love it. If I was going to live in the city, that's the way I would do it. And they had deck parking, where you could put your car. And it wasn't a high rise, but it wasn't a low rise. It was sort of a medium rise building. And you could see all the, the Schuylkill River and all the rowing. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I would love that. Yep. Oh, you're near State College. Ah. Yeah, I think I've only been there like once. Because my mom went to Penn State way back. Yeah, that was the last time I was there. Yeah. Yeah, she went there and got, I don't know if it was a master's. Yeah, it wasn't undergrad. It was definitely a master's degree. And she was doing the commute, which is crazy. I don't know why she did that. But, because they have other campuses of Penn State. That's why I was like, what the heck? Yeah. It's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, State College is cool. But I heard it's fancy now, too. Yeah, Penn State. Have you been to the games? I always have to ask. I have not been to a game. I want to go. Because my neighbor went to one of the last games of the season, from by me. And for us, it's like, that might be 3 hours, probably. Yeah, that's cool. Nice, nice. Yeah, it is cute. Yeah. Cute little town. And even like Philadelphia, with all the schools, it's sort of a college town also. But it's not, it's not the same. But Philly has a lot of schools. And they're all kind of, boom, 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 boom. This school, you go a few more blocks, there's another school. You go a few more blocks, there's another school. They have a lot of schools. But, yeah, it's cool. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right. Looks like we're going. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up. Jury's Game Bites. Sup? How are you doing? Oh, you're in Altoona. Ooh, I was just there. So, Altoona, what is the, and I can't think of the name of that lake. Oh, Indian Lake. That's where I was. Not too far from there. That was pretty up there. I was like, ooh. I like that area too. See, my family never traveled that much in Pennsylvania. You know, we stayed on either end, Philly or Pittsburgh, but not much in between. Yeah. But I want to go to that park, that amusement park in Altoona. I have to see. Let me know if that's any good. But I heard they got purchased. So that's never fun. Yeah, that park in Altoona. But I want to check that out too. Like I said, I have a few bucket list places, but I want to revisit some of the national parks. Excuse me. Sorry about that, man. I've been real scratchy with these allergies too. Mm-hmm. 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 But yeah. But let's see. Gaming. Let's see. What's your favorite game, Jory? My husband likes he's been doing all these retro games. Mostly Atari because they're real cheap right now. So he's been playing all those. They're not that fancy. Oh, the Curve Baseball Stadium. Ah. Oh, thanks, Taretha. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's good. And I like I said, I've been doing this a long time, so after a while you get into your rhythm. And I always like to video my one of the ladies in my group. Her name is Cecilia. She and I knit similarly, but even she's just a little different too. She's funny. But yeah, I missed my group yesterday, so that was sad. That's the only thing about missing the group. But they're having a little crochet class. Some of my group members come in, so I might just go and say, hey. But my husband's doing his gardening stuff. And I said, I don't know if I can do that today. That really, I tell you, that messed me up for about 3 days. I was so tired. Oh my gosh. Because I was lifting these, 20-pound bags. And after you do that, and nobody else was lifting the bags. They were filling the bags. And I was lifting the bags. And I went, what the heck? And I realized I must have lifted 40 of them before anybody said, oh, maybe I'll pick some up too. I was like, that would be nice. So I'm a little sore even from that. That's probably been 4 days, 4 or 5 days. I don't know. But I don't lift. That's my whole thing. I've never been a weightlifter of any kind. Or I do light weights, nothing like that. But 20 pounds when you do it 40 times, that's a lot. it's a lot. Let's see. Oh, okay. Frugal Mama saying, hey to everybody. Good to see you. Yeah. So I'm trying to think anything else. Oh, boy. Yep. I just figure out take a few minutes and create and see if anybody's interested in hanging out. Because I usually do this anyway. I'm here not all the time, but I spend probably 4 hours a day doing some kind of crafting. 3 to 4. Usually late at night, but then, so I'm turning my work now. But let's see. I forget the next color after this. What comes next? I think, let me see if this is it here. I think it's either purple. Might be purple. Let me check my list here. Let's see. We got, is it? Let me just make sure I'm pronouncing that right. Good evening, Queen. Sending big love from Australia. Thank you. 12 a.m. Oh, you're very ill at the moment. Just tuning in. Thank you, Lachlan. Nice. Thanks for coming in. Well, get your rest. I know midnight's crazy. Yeah, I see these times. I will never. I know for me it's like 13 hours. No, 10. It's like 14 hours. Yeah, that's what it is. Because it's almost 11 or 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours Australia. Most times. Most of the people that come in. But that's cool. Hey, I have to ask you, Australians, how do you deal with those? Those kangaroos scare me. I've been seeing them get wild on YouTube and Instagram. Excuse me, and it just makes me laugh because they're just like. I didn't realize like kangaroos were that aggressive. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So the next color after this camel. Oh, is the orange. Okay, so I still have a little ways to go. So orange is next. Okay, so after this is orange. Okay, cool. But I'm just using the BBC. This is the Doctor Who. So I just followed the BBC. I'm following their little recipe. And then, but that's cool. Yeah, so orange after this. I don't know why I thought it was purple, but it's orange. Okay. Cool. Nice. It's going to be a few more rows, though, before I even get to that. But, yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see. Oh, you're from Adelaide. Oh, wow. There's a bunch of people from Adelaide. Drew's Adventures. And I think it's Come Hither with Heather. I think they're from Adelaide also. I believe so. And there's one other person, and it's funny, I cannot remember. I think, yeah, maybe those two. Werner's Adventure? Werner? Something like that. Just like they hang out together. Yeah. Interesting. There's Drew. Hey, speak of the devil. Yes. Nice. Okay now. Yes, for the kangaroo. Yeah, let me see this. Yeah, we rode them to school, remember. Oh, don't poke them. Yeah, and they will generally leave you alone. But they are cute. Yes. And Heather and Werner, you're all from Adelaide. Wow, that's crazy. See, I knew I had a good this time I actually remembered correctly. That is awesome. I love it. Boy, it's a small world. But I actually met one person from my little town. Did I? Yes, I did. On YouTube. Yeah, maybe a couple of towns over. Yeah. That was pretty awesome. And that's rare, that you meet somebody so close. So that's pretty cool. Good day. Yes. Thank you for coming in. Yes, yes. Yep. Yep, and if you like what you see, please come back, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But I do a little bit of everything, so you're liable to see. I haven't done any exploring, though. Abandoned buildings. I don't know if I told you, Drew, we have that Penhurst. It's not too far from me. That's that psych hospital that got closed down. A lot of people do that for Halloween. Love to keep in touch. Oh, nice. Yes, yes. Oh, you can drop your link if you type Kelly, Kelli, and I think Nightbot should get you if you want to hook up with each other. Yep. Kelli. Yep. And that should do it. Which is wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you guys are so close. That's amazing. Wow. Let's see. All right. Sounds good. And yes, Kelly, I do a lot of abandoned buildings in history. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I did some, I got some good history stuff too in my area. I just haven't been able to appropriately do all the, I need to do some serious research. And, like, I know a lot of it, but then there's more, put that together. But the abandoned building is really interesting. The Penhurst Hospital is really haunted, and they've done it on those shows. And it used to be it was my account when I was selling stuff back in the day. And it was wasn't quite open. It was sort of open, but they were shutting it down when I had that. But that's good. Yeah. But I didn't know that it was haunted. I've been there a couple times. I'm like, oops. Yeah. Yeah. I also went to this other place that was haunted too. I was like, oh my goodness. That was another story. Yeah, good day. Oh, Susan E's here. Good to see you. How are you? Welcome in. I'm sort of looking at the chat is sort of hovering over my phone, so it's hard for me to see. So if I miss you, don't think I'm missing you on purpose. Yeah, it's being covered over by the holder there a little bit. So, but anyway, welcome in. Oh, Baltimore was fascinating, and you loved it. Oh yeah, Baltimore is fascinating. I need to spend more time. See, I really have not been there much. I think I missed that comment. Yeah, Baltimore is interesting. And what's the other place? The other place, I can't remember where else you went. You went out west, I remember. I think you did. Yeah, if I remember, Drew. You're doing okay. Good. No problem. Oh, what kind of things do you do when you explore, Drew? I've been to a few locals you mentioned. Yep. Hello to everybody else. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the exploring's pretty cool. I'm afraid to do a lot of that. It's more of a safety issue. You can't, I don't know. It's like, I think if I had like a burly man with me, I would feel better. But we do have a lot of, like abandoned buildings and stuff like that around here for sure. Because, this part of the States is pretty old. And in fact, they keep finding graveyards. Like one of the universities was putting in a building and they found a full-blown cemetery just about a month ago. And I was like, ooh, yeah. Even they found coffins. I was like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. Yeah. So they had to do some kind of archaeological thing to figure out what was going on. Yeah. Yep. Building on the I know, right? Isn't it? Yeah, they did that a lot, I heard. I've heard that's not unusual. But all I have to say is poltergeist. You saw what happened. That was not good. Yeah, those poor yeah, you always go, come on, people. You got to do better. Make better choices. But yeah, that's what happened. And they found other cemeteries. So I guess I hate to, well, I'm not going to tell you what that's all about, but there's a lot. There's a layers and layers to that story. Yeah. Yeah. They're doing a lot. But that's happened really in the last year, at least twice that I'm aware of. Within, 6 months of each other. It's crazy. But this one just happened. I want to say it was April. May, June. Yeah, it had to be April. Like around tax time. I kind of remember that. And I was just like, ew. Another one. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, the deets. Yeah, just Drew, just type Kelly. Hopefully, I don't know if you dropped your link. And then Lachlan can get you. Let's see, I remember, let me see if I can read this. Seeing one between a highway here in LA, yes. Seems so unusual to have a cemetery like that, but yeah. Yep. There you go, there's Drew's link. Awesome. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Lachlan. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, and thanks for the super chat. So let's see. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for. Okay, thank you so much. All right now. Yes, and it worked. Okay. It doesn't send as a link. Do I have to go on the computer to click? LOL. Oh, it's not a link. Interesting. It should, but you may have to do that. Yep. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm about 32 minutes in. I was just checking. Good day, friends. That's what. Let's see. Yeah, you may have to. Yeah, see, I don't know. See, somebody said that, sometimes these vertical links, these vertical streams don't do the links properly. I did hear that. So sorry about that. I just remembered now. Somebody cleared me in, but yeah, you may have to. But if you go back in the live stream later around, was it 20? 30, about 31 minutes in, you'll find the link. But Drew, your handle is what? Let's see. Yeah, Drew's Adventures. Yeah. Now, is that your handle? Is it your at symbol? Because some people's are different than their channel. I mean, however they phrase it, but your little handle will help. He could find you by your handle also. Yeah. But that's so cool. See? It's a small world. Small world. Yeah, I forgot about these vertical streams. Oh boy. Yes. Nice. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, the computer. I forgot about that. Yeah, I figured I would try this on my phone for a little bit and see how this goes. All right. Let's see here. Thanks, guys. Is he logged in? Checked out the linky. Fine. Okay, cool. The linky. All right now. But anyway, I appreciate you guys all stopping in. I want to just always say thank you to the people that stop in and support the channel. It's always amazing, because I'm a tiny creator over here. You never know what you're going to get. So it's always good to meet new people. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and Doretha, I'll have to finish your live from yesterday. I started it, but I had to dip. Okay, good. You'll be right back. Okay, cool. But it worked. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm glad as soon as he said that, I went, oh no, you can't do the Nightbot here. I don't know why. It's weird. Okay. All right, I think we did a few rows here. Almost at the end of this one. I'm going to count and see where I'm at. I lost track. I usually count. Did not. I'm just working. But that's kind of what I do. I like this because it's sort of mindless. You just sort of do your thing and just keep going. Let's see. What are you making? Oh, this is, yeah, so this is my Doctor Who scarf. And I'll show you. As soon as I get to the end here, I got about 10 more stitches. I'll show you this. So you can go to get ready for bed. I know you're ready for getting ready for bed too. Yes. But so it's a bunch of colors, and it's like it has camel, olive, orange, kind of a mustard yellow, and I know I'm missing a color. I think that's it. And then what you do is you just go in several. You go in order. Well, not in order. Well, you go in order, but it's just a basic recipe. And when Doctor Who was on in the 80s, I never watched the show, but my daughter started watching like apparently there's multiple Doctor Who's, and she started watching it and loved it. And then one of my subscribers said, "Hey, make the Doctor Who scarf. It's long." So the whole deal with it is it's really long. It's probably 6 or 7 feet long. And and they said, "Hey, you should it's probably going to take me 3 months to make this thing." But I cranked out a lot of it at the very beginning. It's funny, like when you start a new project, you get all excited, and I think you work faster, but then as you go, it seems like you slow down. But these are the colors here. And there's just varying thicknesses of the colors, several rows. And then you just keep going. And so it's pretty nice. And so far, these are all the colors. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. And yeah, but so it's nice. And it's soft. And this is actually, I'm not using fancy yarn or anything. This is pretty inexpensive yarn. But I think I'm going to do one more. And I'm probably going to do it a little thinner. So it's real thick. And that's how it comes out. Let me see if I can find a picture and I'll show you what it looks like here. Let me see. So I got my next color is, yep, I do the orange after that. And then the dark brown. Yeah, there's a dark brown. Let me see if I can find a picture real quick. But yeah, but Doctor Who's interesting. Like I said, I never really watched, the show. So I'm kind of like doing it blind. But it's nice. Let me see. Scarf. All right. So this is the guy here. I'll see if I can. So this is the guy here. And you see how long that scarf is? Yep. It's crazy. Yep. So, but that's it. And you see, I don't know how tall. I don't think he's that tall. But, that's it right there. And let me see. I'll show another picture. Hold on. Yep. And people have all done it. There's another picture there. It's crazy, right? I love his hair. He has the fro. Let me see what we got here. Let's see. I've been knitting. Oh, and crocheting for 15 years, Lachlan. Oh, nice. The next 24 months are designing a new knit intarsia sweater. Nice. I have not done that. Intarsia. Let's see. What else? Hold on. Sorry, I was talking too much. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's a huge scarf. Yeah, good luck, Lachlan, with it. Yeah, that's for sure. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So it's a nice, it's a nice pattern. And the colors are cool. And it's interesting because it's colors that I wouldn't normally put together on my own. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty cool. But I do enjoy knitting for sure. I crochet too. And there's a crochet version of it. But I really like the knitted version better. I really do. Yeah. I just think it's so pretty. And they normally do garter stitch. But I've decided to do stockinette. And, but I'd probably be faster if I had done garter stitch. That's okay. I'm just purely making this for giggles, Not going to sell it. I'll probably wear it or give it to my daughter or whatever. I don't know. Not sure yet. But I haven't done any designing, which is cool. Excuse me. Sorry about my throat here. Cheekwat, hey. Good to see you in the bushes. All right now. Good to see you. And you like the colors? Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I really like the colors. That's the whole thing. And so I'm trying to, experiment with different colors, different items, so I did do an amigurumi, a knitted amigurumi, which was pretty cool. I never did that before. And so I'm doing a little bit of everything. And that's kind of what I decided, whoops, I'm going to try to do is just keep trying different things. And that's really all I do. So I'm not really an expert at anything, but I just sort of try stuff. And wearables are nice. Now I have made one. I don't think that's in Tarja, no. But I've made one kind of like a mosaic or a Icelandic wool kind of a thing where you do a lot of color changing. But like once you do that, I think I was finished and I never did it again. But I want to. But it did take me a while to put that together. Yeah. Yep. Good to see you, Annie Ellen. All right now. See, I'm going to have to say bye for now, Kelly and everyone, but talk to you soon. Off to a country town tomorrow morning. Okay, good to see you, Drew. Thank you for coming. Yes. That's awesome. Yep. Yeah, Drew's been a great supporter of the channel. And, yeah, this time change is real tough for us because we're so far apart. Too. Yeah. Yikes. But good to see you, Drew. Rest well. Yep. Sleep well. Let's see. How are we doing? Finish this row. And I think I'm going to head over to my people, see what they're doing. Let me see what we got here. Oh, Daphne's here. Hello. Oops. Hello, chat. Good to see you, Daphne. Yep. Oh, did I see your... No, I missed it, Kim. Can you rephrase it again? I'm sorry. I have my phone it's in a tricky place I can't see. But yeah, go ahead and can you rephrase it, please? And then let me see. Yeah, it probably went through right as I was chatting. But good to see you, Daphne. Let's see. It's the only thing about these vertical streams. Sometimes the chat just goes underneath my holder. Let me see. I cannot see it. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see if I can try it this way. Everyone saying hi to Daphne. So I hope everything's going well for you, Daphne. How you feeling? Let me see if I can find the question. Right, hang on a second. Try it this way. Gotta turn my volume down. Oh, here, the Baker's Mansion Altoona is said to be haunted. Oh, really? Ooh. Interesting. Drew, I flicked you an email. Nice. Okay, good. All right, that's cool. Yeah, see, there's a lot of these old buildings. Like I said, America's old. Europe is even older, but USA is really old too. And Pennsylvania, I mean, there's so many old buildings and stuff. Yeah, so you're liable to find stuff like that. The hauntings. It's weird. But I met a lady, in my town whose house is haunted. She's like, she wants to get away. And I can totally understand that. Oh, the Baker Ranch. I'll have to check it out. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, I didn't miss any chat. Oh, thank you for rephrasing it, Kim. Yeah, I lost you. But it is interesting. But she said she saw an old Victorian lady kind of in her hallway. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Yeah, that would freak me out. Like, clearly not from this time. She said she didn't do anything. She was just hanging. Just hanging out. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, they have tours and events. Oh, it's gorgeous. Nice. So this is my Doctor Who scarf. And I am probably 2 feet into it or 2.5 feet. And I don't know how long I'm going to go. We'll have to see. It just depends. I have a lot of yarn for these colors, and I'll show you when I get to the end here. But yeah, the Doctor Who, this is the one from the 80s. And I forget the guy's name. But I don't really watch the show. But here we go. Just want to make sure I don't knock this thing over here. Yeah, I'll finish these last few stitches. But I started this, I guess, maybe it's been 2.5 weeks. Not quite a month. But I know this is a weird time to start it, but I knew it was going to take me. By the time I finish it, it'll probably be August. July, August. And I cranked out a lot of it fast, but then, then the last couple of days I haven't put too much in there, but I'll show you. Okay. But the colors, excuse me. Yeah, there's purple and camel, and then the green and the purple, and then the rust. They call it rust. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So the colors are nice. Yep. Currently eating salad at 12:30 in the morning. Wow. Well, I guess that's better than what I would want to do was have like Snickers or something bad. Something really bad. But yeah, this is it. And the colors are really nice. And it's really soft. Very comfy. So I'm really enjoying it. But I will tell you, I love... I've been knitting a lot, just for funsies. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Crystal Yardy Chicken. I didn't know that. Okay. She's a Doctor Who fan. Nice. That is cool. You always wanted to make one. Yeah, so go to the BBC website, and it's buried in there. But if you Google it, let me see if I can show you real quick. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. Got it in here. So this is the basic. It's a recipe. And the way that you know that you found it is, this is the BBC. It's a memo. And what the person did was, the woman who designed the, whoops, what is this? Hold on, let me put this out of the window here. So, these videos just start playing. But anyway, it's a BBC memo. And it has the recipe for all the colors and how many rows you need to do. And that's all it is. And then you put fringe. They put fringe on the ends. But they recommended a DK yarn on this. And I was bad. I didn't do DK. I did worsted. And it's only because I've been trying to use what I have. Yeah. Yeah, you have to check it out. It's pretty cool. So that's cool. Yeah, so my daughter's she's the Doctor Who fan. I've only seen a few episodes. But she started watching this, I don't know, years ago. My daughter's not that old either. So it's funny but she's sort of, she likes the English stuff. The British stuff. So she just started watching it, and then... But I haven't told her I'm going to probably give her this. She's probably going to be the one that will get it. Not me. I probably won't wear it, but it's cool. Yeah. It's nice. But anyway, I'll do a few more. I'll finish this row here, and then I'm going to wrap it up. But I appreciate you all coming in, hanging out. Hopefully I'm not boring you to tears. But, enjoy, the rest of your afternoon and all that stuff. And I'm going to meet up with some more yarn people. And I'll have to see what they're up to. And then my husband, I'm going to meet up with some garden people. So I got a busy day today. But I just wanted to get a few minutes in and enjoy. It's like peaceful and quiet. Not a whole lot's going on. So I'm like, yes, I can get some work done and chit chat with people. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I like watching British crime. I enjoy Doctor Who with Peter Capaldi. Oh, and Clara Oswald. And is she the newer one? I know that there's a woman now, right? Or there was a woman? Yeah, okay. But that's the guy. I think his name is Tom. I don't remember the last name. But it was Tom. Yeah. So, but like I said, I'm so... The only show that I do enjoy, I haven't really been watching it, but I like that Keeping Up Appearances show. That always makes me laugh. Yeah, with Hyacinth. I just love that name. Hyacinth. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, I love that one. Let's see. I've been working on blankets lately. I have a garter ribbed baby blanket, granny square, and star blanket. Yeah, the star blanket. You know what's funny? I love the star blanket, but I love the I love it, but I tell you, I hit a wall with that one. I almost want to take it apart. I just got sick of it. Like it's weird. I did about 10 rows. I made it. It was about a foot, wide or whatever. And then I was like, ugh, this is getting on my nerves. But they're so pretty. But I love them. You know what I mean? Like I said, I love them, but I'm not loving mine. It's just not bringing me joy. It's weird. Very weird. I'm not even sure why. But that's cool. I've been like watching people make them. They're so pretty. I mean, they're cool whenever you're real creative and put the colors together. And I use real muted colors, so I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm yawning with my star blanket. Let's see. Yeah, Keeping Up Appearances is one of my favorite shows. Okay, that's cool. And you made, what is that? A build cap. Nice. Man, you guys are fast. I think I am probably very, very, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm definitely not a fast creator. People are cranking through stuff, especially with crochet. Like, I'm not as fast as a lot of people, so it might take me, a month to make something that'll take somebody 3 or 4 days. It's funny. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but it is just funny how I'm like, doot, 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 I'm like a turtle. Okay, good morning. Oh, so blessed. Hey, good to see you. Keeping Up Appearances. Yeah, that's this. That show cracks me up. Every time, I've seen most of the episodes too. And I just laugh. And that show. And I laugh at Sanford and Son. Although I haven't seen an episode in a while. But they always do something crazy on that show. And then I saw Dave Chappelle, the True Hollywood Stories of Charlie Murphy, which is, I still laugh every time I see that. It's just the funniest thing. Let's see. Oh, I like the episode when Richard takes Hyacinth. Oh, on a boat. Wow. That's a good one. That is a good one. And you're slow too. That's what Kim's saying. Yeah, man. I don't know. These people are like, I'm done. I finished 4 blankets and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I finished 1. It's like that Charlie Brown. I have a rock. I got 3 Snicker bars and 2 things and some popcorn, and I got a rock. That's what. Yeah, that's me. And I made a dish rag. Sorry, I'm just amusing myself here. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's see what. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I love that show. Oh my gosh. That show is amazing. And it just talks about life. You know what I mean? You know how like a lot of people do try to keep up appearances? I think it's hilarious. And she works so hard to keep up appearances. And I'm like, girl, you're wearing me out just watching you trying to keep up appearances. But it is funny. Yeah, I'm like, don't do that. That's too much. That's too much energy. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, she wears me out. When I see that, I go, girl, I just want to go, Hyacinth, can I talk to you? But there would be no show. Yeah, let's see. Friends in Big Bang Theory. Oh, crack me up. Yeah, that's kind of funny. That's funny. The Big Bang Theory. My husband said to me, "Why don't you watch that?" He watches it like every day, and I said, "I don't watch it because I lived it. I lived it with my people in college. I lived amongst people like that. So for me, that's like life. Even though it's funny. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, I was so." I was so the straight one, and everybody was like so weird. Those really nerdy smart kids. Yeah. So like I said, I lived it. So for me, I'm like, okay, been there. Oops. I'm like, been there, done that. Let's see. She loves her little candlelight suppers. Oh wow, that's cute. Yeah, she loves her little candlelight suppers. God, I grew up in a strict English grandparents' home. Candlelight supper every night. Never with the fine china. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. That's pretty cool though. I love all those shows. Those shows are funny. Yeah, I like see it's funny. Friends, I watched a little bit of it, but I never really got into it like a lot of people did. But I always thought it was kind of clever. And I think that's the way that people, if you know New York City, like there is no way they could have been able to afford that apartment if they were living in New York City at that time. It was kind of funny. But anyway, yeah. Because I had friends that were living in New York and kind of living that life, and it was kind of funny watching that. But I don't know. I don't think their life was that exciting or funny. They were really struggling up there, trying to trying to make it in New York City. It's hard, you know, because we have a lot of people from New York that moved in my area to get out of there because it was so expensive. Let's see. Yep. Thanks to those who support the I Bring It Everyday channel. See, that's funny because Lachlan, I live with my grandparents too, and it's a whole different thing. They were pretty serious about dinner. Now that you say that, I'm having flashbacks because I was thinking like they loved, everything was real serious around dinner. And you had to be there and you had to clean yourself up a little bit. Yeah. But now everybody's really casual. You know. Yeah, it's funny. But I like the fine china. But you didn't have the fine china. You got to use that fine china if you have it. Yeah, you got to use it. Because I say, what are you saving it for? Right. Yep. Yeah, the thing I've been finding, funny that you said that fine china. I've been finding a lot of china in thrift stores, and they're selling it for like $10, like a set for like 20 people, and it's all bone china. And I'm just like, wow, that is tragic. It's ending up in the thrift store, but kids don't want it. Younger people don't want it. But if I had china, I never really got china, but if I ever had china, I would totally use it just because you spend all that money on it. You know what I mean? Gotta enjoy it while you're here. Yeah, that's what I always say. Gotta enjoy it. Yes. But anyway, yes, something. Let's see. New York City. Oh, ever watch the '70s show? Hubby cracks up. Oh yeah, my husband was watching that, and yeah, that '70s show was weird. Yeah, it was weird. The stuff they would get into. Yeah, but that's the way. Like those what do you call those things? That's the way sitcoms are written. There's always some kind of a weird they get themselves in a situation and then they have to get out somehow. You have to figure out how to fix it or whatever it is. Yeah, which is really interesting. Sort of like the I Love Lucy sitcom thing. Hers was always a get rich quick scheme, or I want to become famous, so I'm going to do something crazy. And then the husband has to get her out of it. Yeah. But I'm trying to think what other show was I liking. I saw a documentary about Small Wonder, and they were saying how that show was kind of weird. That's an old one from the was that the '90s or the late '80s? I can't remember. But that was a weird show and oddly popular, and it wasn't like a big network show. It was a little. It was syndicated. I don't think it ever ran like on a real network. But that was a weird show where the guy builds a daughter. He has a son, but then he builds a daughter, a sister, to help out the family. And I don't remember what the whole point of that was. That was a weird show. But I remember some guy just did a documentary on YouTube about it. And I was like, interesting. Yes, yes. I think the young people donating their parents and grandparents china because they don't value it. That's right. Yep. Isn't that weird? And I've been seeing like a lot of good stuff. You know, it's Mikasa and, you know, stuff that costs money. Like they really spent money on this stuff. And I said, man, that is so tragic, you know, that they're just throwing it away. And this one lady, I'll never forget, I was at the flea market and she said, do you want this? I was like, what the heck? And I have no space for China. I really don't. So I don't know why I'm talking about it. But I was saying if I had it, I would totally use it. But yeah, they totally, donate all that stuff and it's gone. But it's nice if you could have you set a nice table for the holidays, have the people over. It just makes it special. It's real pretty. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yes. So blessed to saying hey to Kim. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Now let's see how many. I'm looking at the timer here. Hang on. Oh, I made it to an hour. That's perfect. Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much. Please give a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Lachlan, for the super chat. That is awesome. But we had fun. And like I said, just try to, have a good day. Make something fun. Make something pretty. Oh, no. You gave away a lot of China sets when you downsized. Family didn't want. See? Auntie Ellen's yep. She's telling the truth. Isn't that terrible? Because I said, doesn't anybody entertain? Like, maybe one day you want to have a nice dinner? No? But that's because I grew up with, my grandparents were pretty old. Yeah, my grandfather was, he was born in the 1800s. How old he was. He was crazy. But anyway. All right, well, toodles. And thank you so much. Yes. All right, we'll see you soon on the YouTube streets. And I have to figure out how to end this. Okay. Take care. Make something pretty and peace and love. And make something pretty. Bye-bye. Yes. Okay, here we go.